The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV.
On www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. On our own information super dial, the super highway, we're lifting it on my CTVGH, and the Frontline Ghana. Please subscribe. Plus the interactive segment on a WhatsApp line 020-2973-461. Subscribe to all this, links. As I always say, subscribe so all times when the news we had to break and where we break the news, when we break the news, how we break the news, we would definitely be your reliable news source here. The Frontline shows CTV as a station. Folks, tonight I welcome all of you here in Ghana and around the world to the midweek Frontline. Of course, this also, of course, would be the last show for the week. So please gauge the space tonight. It's going to be a hot one. Now, folks, tonight what we are going to do is this. We are bringing this investigations we started sometime about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I guess, of all the issues surrounding
The Frontline,
the mother and child hospital, and now until sometime last week, if I recall. Then now the investigation is taking a widespread of other health facilities, right? Other health facilities that are ostensibly accused of negligence, recklessness, and many more, right? That all these health facilities are not taking very good care of patients. Why? Well, as you know, and I said, many again are also calling that we should ban the use of mobile phones because ostensibly what is calling for or beneath all that you call the negligence and the recklessness on the part of nurses is coming on the heels of nurses becoming much more, fidgeting with their phones. Nurses are being seen fidgeting their phones and all of that, and so they don't have time to take care of patients, pregnant women, many more, and other related cases. And again, sometime last week Monday we triggered whether or not we should ban the use of mobile phones, but again, per the messages we read, I could figure a sharp division among, our listeners and viewers. Some for, some against, right? However, that tonight, we drop that investigative piece and move on to another thing. Still, I welcome your view as to whether or not we should ban the use of mobile phones at our hospitals or otherwise. We should allow them to use them. Folks, so we are going to look at it. Of course, I'm going to give you the barrage of other reactions coming from other hospitals, including the mother and child hospital. Now, what we do know is that the investigative team that I told you of, the Central Regional Health Directorate, right? They are still on their investigations. I don't know what they will come out with. That one I don't know. Well, if whatever they come out with, we'll let you know. As far as their findings are concerned, we have broadcast our findings and many reactions coming from. Again, there were multiples of questions that we would have put to the hospital officials, all right? if they had agreed to come to our studios to answer questions, but unfortunately they declined the invitation, and rather they wanted us to come and help them in their investigations, and we said no, we ain't gonna honor it. But then the sad part again was also the whistleblower who came to help us in this investigation was arrested by the hospital authorities through the Kasoa police. And I say, how? To the extent that this guy was detained, subsequently arraigned before the Kasoa, is it circuit court or high court or some sort, and remanded the guy, you know, in police custody for 2 weeks. And I said, no, we are all Ghanaians, so we will go all day and find out the circumstances and why that judge would use the law or abuse the law by remanding the guy in police custody for 2 weeks. I mean, what sense does it make? And after when we did whatever we have to do, we quickly went to Central Region, triggered an appeal and all of that. The most sad part that I've told you is that when we went on record, guys, guess what? The judge who remanded this guy behind bars and all the proceedings and whatnot was not captured on official records, because when we went there, the registrar could not find anything. He couldn't ascertain anything, and he was not even sure that what we are saying, because there was nothing on record to, as it were, refer to and do XY. No, these are the things going on in this country. So sometimes if something of this sort happens and you are not in good standing, perhaps, and like I said, many people are in jail, and the police, some of the police cells are using their cells as cash cow, extorting money from vulnerable Ghanaians. Folks, that's the very sad part. Tonight, so we're going to give you the barrage of the horrendous accounts of many Ghanaians who have fallen victims to many private and governmental hospitals. Plus, the Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya East Constituency, Phyllis Okuno, will be in the studios tonight to help us wrap up. What will be her position and what is it that she's going to put in place to ensure the hospital become a better place to access? Tonight, those of you within the Kasoa region, call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. Your Member of Parliament for the constituency will join me here in the studio. So please bring all your questions. I'm sure she's going to do justice to it. Folks, let's get started. A midweek Frontline show. Bibia de Danakwem, come. Medinka catchers and let ye be wrap up. Ewo mother and child expose and other related health facilities are emu in some SMP ayeno ye ba be wrap up and there. Yes, ye be wrap up, ye be more the last badge of one more modum complaints about ye be more. Ebium ebinimu susu edwin say ehuni say mobile phones na use hospital na eka na a nurse phone ni any aso e dey ayo meduma yemba na ebisusu no me yemba ne. Still the debate is ongoing. Ubetimi so the message e dey about to whether say yemba ne anase me yemba ne. Still on the bill, the Member of Parliament Emma Ewutu Senya East Constituency Phyllis na Okoyo Okuno obeba studio ha me ne di nkoma bra ye be wrap up na ono so ne chefa or they be count any dwuma on makasa so wo den wo born ho modern with anamo obe tuo na ebema hospital na be krabehwe and na obetini na wasum, especially mo amo the Kasoa region mo a mo hope say hospital ni here, you know, much attention in for address the situation. Yes, ni na no oba be this am common wa folks. Me sure say what to say, there is what you call, you know, the influx of COVID-19 virus. I hate it. The nation's capital. So far reported cases about 300 reported cases. And the Minister of Health Kwabena Minta Kando was in Parliament, gave some very bulletin accounts of the situation. Of course, some maintains that the ministry, you know, attention was so papa pay Mr. The uye biana ya na why careful wo corner wo bani na no why careful say COVID no assign a strike biom nipa 300 and then just no edne nti mo a bibia obenoma etimi booster immune system no so no na wanom na ma bibia na etimi akoyi ama wate I'm still on the bill tonight. Enra was the Thanksgiving service ukobi anadwi the Frontline show would, if God permits me in your time there, the Frontline will give you what we call the dark side of the Thanksgiving service or whatever you call it. Right? And a special edition, I know what sure off the dark side of the Thanksgiving service and rap. Bia, yes, you are better. Yes, you are share white Nibiana. See our Thanksgiving. But we are here tonight to present, if you like, the very dark side of it. Folks, now, we need now a segment called Ghana Speaks Proudly, brought to you by one Biogas experts engineers. The more can say here, main waste time. A ban with dime pass, CBC, the amount, if free form, the cost near roof is so amount. Expert, Biogas expert for Ekutemu sharp. 2, Afi Upe. Floor tiles, inside or outside. Floor tiles, and yet floor tiles, say yet to tiles, but this is a very quality one. And for industrial purposes or within your home, Nina, one more yen, come. Show yen two boho power around this time we our site, and I will fee and now for the use of whatever. Woman a bit me say to media amount. A few state of the art kitchen power kitchen wow there we see when I will see here. Womuma design and I will design no money amount. And I'm supposed to see that no more so many kitchen and financial amount. Only problem. A few months of we see they are dynamo for God knows how many years. A dynamo na error. It's peeling down any painting a cement will be so just to say you no. Sorry, you mudano. Biogas experts for Kudra one beba ABCC Dana and fair no muria one a treaty Danny or me paintiam and run uria problem we embed. Folks, Blue Room Biogas expert for them no medium Komaka Krabi. Here we are, Ghana Speaks One. We take off here, the Frontline show on the CTV. Stick and stay. I'll be right back. Take a listen to this. For a net. Could you Awono is in the house? Could you give me the punch? Could you walk up on one thing? Wonderful. It was a first Kakansu in Islamia. To manage Dawson. Yes. It's in Komoban.
Yeah, Kuku.
Wonderful. Sure.
Good. You want your baby, yeah. By now, you back a dine in the kitchen.
Okay. A dining kitchen. Okay.
Dine in the kitchen.
Good.
Yeah. The production better me.
Okay. Mama, a dining dinner, yeah. Could you need come on? Come on. Yes.
Yes, taxi project program. Yeah. Mass steady and home say. Nipa bebre. Assassin almost ton.
Yes.
And then can one more.
And then can
one more. Only title.
Oh, as I saw what Auntie, yeah, Babetron answers.
No. So be someone say a pass.
Yes. Project near the other.
But as I say, you better be a come beyond. Now, then can one. Now, that's all talk. Now, as I say, run a more danger.
That's all your title.
You say, your title. Say, previous. And yet, the Bia Kenti and a mine at institution here, land commission. By your myself, only a commissioner, almost said, register land. Uber to me as a same or a hinfono. And I saw Bia saying any deal. But I also got ye title document for buying a tressel as I say, a odia. And you know, Obia ni ho yes, I didn't apart from land commission.
Yeah.
It is all what I see. I also what I say will be what's the answer so. Now at the end of the day, one title. Nipa also send mouse and pen in Papa. But you plus out of us and I'm out. Nipa no register.
No, what's not to move for what's so bad you?
What loses? Inti get Tiamicas get a wing and say, what was I say? What me a break up as I say no one year.
Yeah.
What does somebody register Masasi? More title Masasi. One break at home. Making sure say. umbako ko yen land title no land commission
Yeah.
the be boa say no be ma wa ho say asase a skill
Exactly.
Yeah, obia to me give that is the only way out. Apart from that, now quite say babu the work babu the what break.
Monkey is working on a baboon so they enjoy.
And you fine. Nti wa wo tie bia no se be aka ebe boa na ye futwe obefa dia
Ebe boa fa
make sure so what title was say land commission o ko hoso ko register sasia enya dia ye kunkran bia.
Is it not because Kojo going to lands commission too many stress and won kika ho? It is an amount for yeah.
Se we ko land commission ko yema me assassin cracker na a stressor. So you ska was spending.
That's true.
We mean the officer.
Yeah.
The previous dia.
Yeah.
Emerudo or dia bobo.
Because they say do one kasa.
Emerudo or dia bobo saskan. Asa oni koma obi. Na emre a obo sen se obeye den.
Yeah.
Obeye obo boss asa sen ho ban. One wa we mean no. Anka media. Anka se be take you 10 years in pono ya sen ho ban na paper na bacho ye.
Good. And Patrick, Kojo, you can a very good advice. But Kojo, I'm so much itching to talk about that here. That way, yeah. This is Legon Hills.
No, correct. As decided as the me as decided as the me say they walk away no.
Yeah.
You were guest room wo. Maybe I say we were made be.
Okay.
No beti ho.
On
the bathroom.
Okay.
Any bedroom as a need main room no. One chain share sad na.
Okay.
One chain. And down now.
Yeah.
Hall. Any visitors washroom. Hall, kitchen, dining, visitors washroom.
I see on living room,
down,
visitors.
Yes. Any washroom, any wall. Ukosra 3 bedroom in our
house.
Yes. The project top now, baby, a glass in water.
Yeah.
I want the master bedroom.
Put me be small balcony.
Yes. It would be from Accra.
Too much nice.
That is how.
And I would miss about the transit.
What we can now.
Almost 3 dining now was our balcony. 4. Oh, okay. Obia was self compound.
Obia was self compound. Also first gate in the
sure.
And it was also our second gate.
This is nice.
Last one. Last one. Very last one. Ready to sell. Last one.
Wow.
Na baby owo here dan yato and also open dan ayasia we nice like this bacho akonya ho so betumi atonsa free numbers was screen so 0555
wow
893001 0555 893001 and 05
Bomodia Frekojo
546 20 57 5377
yes
what me press na my friend you know obedi nkomo na edwako akohwe na mwadi hu nkomo na also betumi
yes. Are you ready to sell the price in Betuja and I said obi answer
yeah okay we move price no 200,000
oh okay
we move price 200,000
Ghana cedis oh okay
we 200,000 we 200,000 3 bedroom storage
3 bedroom I see
storage buildings 200,000 USD. We are ready to sort out. We assassin a title land.
We are title land.
We all are title. You are the and say a transfer about
the building is yours. Straight up
transfer about them. That is it. And also wow move fresh mu here die no pacho. A die work. Umbra na yendi hunkomo.
Good. So could this is Spinters 18 yards anymore, right? Okay. Me who say finally under construction. Yes. And this is a 3-bedroom apartment each. Ubia one is self-contained. Good. Oh, sorry. 3-bedroom self-contained. Good. Ubia one is self-compound. Yeah, in Seoul
down. Yeah. Hall.
Okay.
Any kitchen.
Okay.
Dining. Any visitors washroom and what down.
Oh.
3-bedroom in our washroom.
I see.
What did you hear? You move up.
Somebody may ask that's 3-bedroom no Ubia ne washroom and I say
Ubia the washroom. Ubia the wardrobe. Yes, Ubia the washroom, Ubia the wardrobe.
That's nice.
Yes. Won't pay call Ubi no Ubia the washroom. Ubia no visitors in Poco our washroom.
I see. Yeah. So the visitors now I'm frozen. Good.
That's really a family family purpose for family.
Sure.
Nti asie no eya ho ho abesra wo. The purpose of you so.
I see.
Now one man maybe ako.
Oh,
Even caretaker na say I was friend one.
Okay, yanko next one guys. It will be an
No, my back inside. My white one.
Mommy, white one. Why? Now, could you want to speak on that one?
No. This one inside. Yeah, inside. The other one. White story building. No. Big one, very one.
Okay. Where you die, you see it. Yes.
Only my own okay die away. You start here, say approximately 8 months or 1 year. But you come out die away and it say, what's so say, me start Bahana.
This is Legon Hills.
Legon Hills in here.
Yeah.
Lego almost an yes outside Seleno.
Yeah.
Almost an here. Almost an almost an it normal.
Oh my goodness. There's the top of the building.
Yes, top of the building.
Roofing.
Roofing, no. Where quine. Where quine. Where pharmacy.
Pharmacy dan is you. Pharmacy run waba anomai.
Oh, Nyambai.
Okay.
Nyambai. No Nyambai.
Yes. Now I see every wow.
And to be the way, first I can't have not yen say. But we and yet painting a young one.
We a kind of say castle view. It's very beautiful.
Windows, glass windows, into way a treatment. Yeah, I'm mixing. Once inside it, you more. Inside.
Wow.
To when you know a treatment, we are beside another one as a painting. Yes, beside another one as a final painting. Those your compound,
yes.
My treatment, my first treatment to protect the building. As an you and comes, you turn a buna and come. This you don't Nayaka, I am Adimika, I away. Then you and dynamo.
Sure.
And the other dine way, I never quite what a dancing on the set. But they also die who foundation is very important.
Good.
Nipa kra for the blame squad walk. Say one young good foundation. I actually what year. Obeginia across senior high school. And I move friends say junior and senior high. Good. And as we invest in a better problem maybe amount. Into foundation is very important in everything you do in this world.
Very good.
Say run dancing so foundation is very important. We make sure so foundation that foundation we know. Make sure one reason above the land level.
Could you die here for power?
Yes, I'm kidding. Obiaka Wasa.
You are a better one,
You do.
And I'm a rather tired that we must street.
We are 8 bedrooms.
Oh my goodness.
You 20 bedrooms.
This is 8 bedrooms.
Yes, you 20 bedrooms. And they're converting into 8 bedrooms. You 20 and they're converting into 8 bedrooms. Yeah. I can send you 10 and a couple of 10, but then I converted and about 8. A idea so master bedroom a 3 a woman.
Yeah.
Hall a yensa woman. Kitchen yen woman.
That way,
kitchen yen woman. You laundry room or laundry room maybe all senior mamma, who senior mama, and all will be obey ironing wall. And I will visitors hall. We are visitors better and no can 2 other hall. That's how big hall was down, and I walk big hall on top, and I walk kitchenette on top. And I walk baby, yedi gadget control system.
Okay.
In other cameras, I walk you.
That's right.
Electrical system.
Wow.
I walk you, baby. You were dying. Nini na go.
Oh, challenge. This is nice.
And I die with you at here. Until I didn't kind of say, we are dying. Nabutre na follow plan. I did what dancing on the say. Make sure so plan, papa. Plan. When you be over your plan, but me afraid, but me your plan.
That's right.
Plan, papa, amawa. A woman club was say, manage this car. Also, what time? Now, old see dying, not plan what one. I guess a big yard one of the academy, Mamundi way back.
How you say, afterthought situation.
At the end of the day, I am as I was saying, yes, and I everyone. Thinking I is car was saying, at the end of the day, you cannot do anything about it. Yes, car say, at the end of the day, you can't do anything about it. The whole planner was a economize it scar. Yes, we use.
That's right.
It's a look around who only sky as we use on our stack because value and I quantify a bit make a case okay, then we will see but make us 2 million Ghana cedis, 3 million Ghana cedis. Until who him say okay, this 1 million. Bet me I have stage way. Yeah. You are 2 million. Bet me I have stage way. And I mean 1 million. Bet me that change my phone from return I buy on them in man. Ning I idea say how much it will cost you to build that house.
Yeah.
Until all to an amobiano. It is within that context.
Sure.
The 2 sure. It is like oh sit down. Say and I say oh yeah.
This is jam.
Yeah. We you know the no you know the cry. You know the
but you see, picture when it shows the aftermath of the Amoya, a Danabe come up very, very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful.
This is how
I'm not in a good
I see. And within 1 month, we will be.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Where I am is within 1 week in a year. 1 week in a year. 1 week.
Oh,
yeah. 1 week in a year. Outside sleep, nipa bebre na friend bi sam say e den na yes le no sa e POP ana e den na e den
POP wa di we man da
da be nye POP
na so
POP ya nye POP o use POP abontinance o bu na e be say engina be dura
no it is inside
no POP o gure e wo inside no ho ye no
yes
but outside no
and it's
outside no still na ye outside no so na aye no yeah we don't know the way na ye concrete na ye
okay
but I say e by so what the concrete here a ma top weight
okay
a ma top weight nti ye me person e be use weight
oh okay
ma dan no nti ye different material na ye and ade ye omo nwa no say how ye ye kwa ya fa so atunya nya no ama na slant is
exactly
enye flat
sure
slant
is yes from here then you can see it proper much better yes
roof you know I was true
exactly
I know na the do na e be say mu ye na mutumi ye
engineers at work oh wow
mu ye na mutumi ye ne say aha ndi say wo sele na outside sele ma ke zoom big building no na me try dey ahwefo ade so mu outside sele na ye outside sele no na wo si dan na wo person be ye wo sele no flat
okay
normal sele na mo ye no flat no wase ye penisa no person copy ni say ya but ya to sa frɛ
I see
your boys and baba take measurement no more ye pepe na one was na sele ni tia ye pepe no outside dan na kasa outside zoom no bra na one was na ye sele no kona no dan kona one was na sele no apiki roofing sheet was so
correct
one was na tia way you won't see it anywhere have you something like this before no you won't see it anywhere.
It's a special artwork.
Yeah, you won't see it anywhere. You will not see this type of ceiling. Yeah. A bini baby over. Yeah, bini baby over. You won't see it anywhere. You won't see it anywhere.
Technology.
Yeah, you won't see it anywhere. You will not see this kind of outside ceiling. Look at it. You won't see it anywhere. See, I ceiling from down. Roofing sheet was true. You won't see it anywhere. You will not see it anywhere. Because concrete. Concrete. So you won't see it anywhere. And I get POP. You won't see it anywhere. You won't see it anywhere. Yeah, you will not see it anywhere. I want for business a judge for Diana. Yeah, you will see it anywhere. I
see. Yes.
More research according to it as an engineer.
Yeah.
They are trying more than they are trying now
and gradually with the perfection.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, very, very good.
Great.
Yeah.
What next?
As I say, a ton.
Yeah.
New airport.
New airport
Around Central University. Because of the student I talked last week in Inti. Also, you know, we do bad. Inti Yantmianko. You say about Saturday Yantmianko. But the air say, Omoa, a fresh on
Saturday Nakasa Soto.
No, Soto Friday. Aha, and I'm Saturday.
Yeah.
Inti Omoa, a fresh on person Bohono. Yantmianko. But within the week, when the drag can be nipa be say 8 alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, nipa be say 8 alcohol. Out of the 8, 7 at asase.
Oh, okay.
Aka nipa ba ko.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. 7 at asase. And I ba ko one ya kan for just as program and na go Jesus asase. Oh, kwan.
Sir.
You have fa kan airport city no. Just kwan. Oh,
sounds good.
Wa wo pe kwan wa asase no dey. Wo tun ya be no dey 300,000. You work quite 300,000.
Very
Cap
easy.
promotion.
And cap promotion.
Cap promotion.
Good.
And we had 300,000. You was actually
Easy.
10 plots. I work quite on Yaji. Okay. Now, quite main road. I will fast. As an awako. Friend is saying the new airport system. Yeah, new road. Yeah, you're just a for crowd. Yet, apart from airport system land.
That's right.
They say, oh, Fred, yeah, and say, when you are Fred, you are so site honor. Yeah, for one to Saturday. One say, I say, okay, I don't say they are free.
Oh, okay.
But me, I share, Naya.
Sir, and you say, couple with Saturday, someone ban Saturday.
You know, ban Saturday. But because all session are well done, you cannot, you want to me
rely on only Saturday.
Yes, until what who say, you're going to go feel and I'll talk at it. Like I said, Saturday, this Saturday, no. I'll be offering. Or she now be free. Okay, we are free there. Boys will do work. Or do work. By over to do work.
Mama na easy.
Yeah, you say me and
Mama na easy. Yes.
Don't make me do work on one pay. Because I say no. Now was what selective baby. We need you. Yeah. When I make a idea, say, yeah, assassin. No born yet. First night 120,000. Yeah. Because of promotion into the about 80,000. 80,000. What you can crash or see. Now you say you pay
sure.
Pay person dey o study the casa people. They dey make why you homo was assassinated home. Why you character was assassinated home.
Yes.
And it's very important because I know they clear your ownership of the land.
Exactly.
Wow. I know they clear your ownership. Without any document, you don't have ownership.
Obvious me bo remo. And all the struggle.
The fact ground is say, yeah, you assassin a yedi ma won problem bia ni hu. But for future security. Future security. Ebi na obi nsu ni wo ba twima nsu wo. Ase wa krata wa. O krata wa. But say be pray ebi NCD, ebi NCO. But we pese, ye pese wo bo wasa se wo ye ho. Abra wo ni hu krata. Enu ti na ye de bia ye kasa ye sin krata. It's for your own.
Say what for bruche na krata eni ho. What fear you?
You need to secure whatever you pay money for. Exactly. It's very important. Ade bia wo dis ka hye bia no. Ye say they should be value for money. And the value for money is not can say as krata obenya wasa se no no. It's also part of the value you want or the value for money.
Welcome back to the Frontline show. Now just very important. Biogas expert engineers and ometimi ahwema ma toto yene. Now who be here say we hear problem bia asase semo edan yo de ben yo me de metimi aka kire wan just metimi di wo ho unse mano e kasa ena me kasa nso me kasa ne kwam di ne kwepa enti media mesra wo say who are Bruchimemo, who are United States, Britain, France, Germany, Holland, wherever you are, Bomodia na contact womo, especially more acquaintumo, so no. Na yenshi share woman na man da screen is so. Kojo awono womo betimi ahwa bibia de amount. Say, do metimi aya amount, especially more sometimes more the fatigue of more families edimu hwambo no. Wo de wa from na no mo yenshi share. Bibia wo bia na no answer no mo yenshi share. No year correspondence back to back. We may be the amount time to time Obadawa. No way then. Washawade. For one was 055-589-3001. Now Biogas expert for Ebejoso. Great friends be airshare program we come. Kweku Akomadan or Belgium. Akomadan Kweku. Bra Penny airshare program we pam. And now Alex Lexo alias Capo, power to the people. Alex Capo also here program we were London. God bless all of him. This is also here program we were Ghana. Also here program we Papa Pay or Ubeys one. Now, say program will be in various places, platforms be so watch it. Of course, more show, more fee, and I'm near the other. Wait me so with TV no disturb, not TV no unya. Utimi echo so go TV. Go TV no call channel 21 very easy. Ubinya channel 21 na washe na enuina no adeta na kwemu. Come. Me catch was there tonight with the build up no. Memamo the last barrage of encounter of people across various hospitals, including the mother and child hospital, right? Still, I'm calling for, say, more, the debate is still ongoing, whether or not, say, your health facilities across public, private yen banning the use of mobile phones and saying yes, me won't say be bring the messages ever. So also be to me the audio abania can kind of amount. The member of parliament for say friends Ewutu Senior East constituency Phyllis na Koyo Okono will join me shortly. Na yenene di nkomo hospital we mother and child when a constituency yeah nenia bre papa enti mo am Kasoa ho mo amu kosa hospital NSA constituency no anadwemu na mo mamani emra wo question bia odebe opese odi bisa o member of parliament na February na metwama o member of parliament no na we yini na no the WhatsApp number of course you know is 0202973461 amakin kanina adiamo but in the meantime then again like I said member mo build up of yesterday's what do you call it Thanksgiving service but then and my title the dark side of the Thanksgiving service but politics of today with the best chance here fast them tonight we wrap up our findings into some health facilities however before we do that yesterday was declared a national day for Thanksgiving. Yes, sir. And any day Thanksgiving and I see the buy. Although I don't support this cause, no. But the Americans say it's within the president's prerogative to see to his exercise way comes off and what he intends to do with the Thanksgiving. The president or no. And who declares or the best. But making barely 24 hours a year, 48 hours. Nations be so. Ama be so episode we declares a month so enra then first until July year declaration of idea omo pese omo de July no omo de. Now making on the 12th of July another country it declared 12th of July as a national day of apology. Yeah, Krobeya. Almost declared say 12th of July, a month of apology. Nemuniama Bebre. Send a declaration on Ebeko on the 12th. How many days to go? Take a listen to this.
The federal government has declared July 12th as National Apology Day to your ex. All emotional criminals are now required to say sorry in public.
Too many people are walking around with unhealed trauma. Some of you disappeared after collecting birthday gifts. Others said, I'm not ready and married 3 months later. All those who used emotional English to escape. I am working on myself but started a new relationship that same week. You're on the list. You knew you didn't like the person, but you still collected food, gifts, even data. Then you vanish like Nepal light, you must say sorry. You need matching outfits, posted it online, and still ghosted the person like a thief in the night. That's visual betrayal, say sorry. You told them we die here, but it is them that almost died. Say sorry before thunder finishes warming up. You met their pastor, ate their jollof, smiled in family group chat, and still ghosted. My brother, explain yourself publicly. When the person had nothing, you left. Now they have a car and ring light, you say, hey stranger. You must say sorry publicly or enter exile.
Okay. So the month of July about declarations now until today Ghanaians are still in Alice of Wonderland, where Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia kept the keys after he caused the arrest of the US currency, the dollar. Bebreniye bisa se, hey, na ora Bawumia, former vice president, ose oche dollar no, na womo eloke dollar no. Bebre su bisa enra krobisu bisa msekweku na key no ewe ziminim. Let me say no. But are you people even sure about me? Eka say womo wa arrested dollar. Also how? So quickly I have to go into the archives. Because me mantida and a minim baby police cell kwa womo de sa dollar no ko share and a key no so de ma wan because I know say about me ata na IGP for no ho ezi say e ba na sen krampo a ene na key no ye de be ma IGP we ana ono so osi key bi ani ho. But Baumia actually said, say yes, the city has been the foreign currency, of course, with the very high skyrocket, there's so arresting or the key to him. And did he actually say that? Take a listen to this.
Yeah, the city has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. And the IGP has the key. She's locked it up. We've arrested. Yeah, the city has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. And the IGP has the key. She's locked it up. We've arrested.
Oh, actually, so that's correct. He actually said that. But then the question is, why would Baumia say this? So where is the key? Under his tenure in office, and Baumia can't say the same way. So where is the key? No one can answer. See, politicians, munyu maybe a moya, e be ento assume, kasa basa, bahat, arrested dollar. Where is the key now? Because under the tenure of John Dramani Mahama, dollar now is stable, and as of now, and I mean, is it 10 point something? But at least under Nabreso, maintain so mark or more kakaka or Jose, and Oma arrested dollar and money added, but the air conneco. Into Udi and the key no to him. Police custody van and what they call share. You two mufana musimunti. A former member of parliament for Subin constituency in Ashanti region has lashed out on the hierarchy of the party over what he calls the attempt to lure something illegal into the upcoming internal elections. Member of parliament will be honest in the boss worship. Now we're taking in penny for be to clean it, sir. It be no person moye ni maybe. And also, be internal elections. Yeah, next year, na wabobo nkrofo bi sudi wo. And ne onwakasa ne problem kra no eye den. Listen to him carefully. Take a listen.
They've hijacked the entire party communication structure. Yes. That's what's happening. And they are not listening to any dissenting view, so to speak. So that is what it appears. At that meeting, senior members of the party left the meeting. The former General Secretary, John Wadu, was in Kumasi. I was sitting over the weekend at a function where he took us through the Constitution and said that all the decisions that took place or that were agreed upon at the Alisa meeting will be subject to conference. He said it. So, it is that, these are the people that should be appearing on such programs to talk about the history of the party and the meetings of this Constitution. So, all those who are being disingenuous and being selective in the application of the MPP Constitution must stop. Must stop.
If the party proceeds to elect a candidate by January of next year, what would you lose, as the NPP?
You see, I've said it, but I don't know why I want to repeat myself. I will do my best to repeat myself. Every delegate has a 4-year cycle. Every delegate, yes. And I use my own situation as an example. So why are you getting one delegate to have 2 election cycles when they have not gone to renew their mandate? You understand? Yes. And the Oko report is out. We are looking at expanding the college. We are looking at, clear guidelines for party appointment. There's so many things that we have to do to even get to that stage. What is the rush?
What do you suspect?
No. Even if you elect a person today, they can't campaign. What is it to campaign about? President Mahama has only been in power for 6 months. What are you going to campaign on? He has so much goodwill. That maybe nobody will listen to you. So what's the rush? So you should fix the party first. Yes, because the party is the vehicle that will give you victory. So if the party is not fixed, and you let this person, I can assure you this person is going to be elected and will not have anything to do apart from having meetings in Accra till maybe 2027.
And some will be CC Papa. The build up to this exercise, oh my goodness, yeah, our eyes are open and we are going to monitor the situation closely. But so what you Gina or say they are skewing something towards whose direction and whose favor and DNA. Okay. NPP set up. In a related development, a party supporter has come out to expose the party's rigging machinery in Ashanti region. The enemy is MPP, a party via Nifruma, Kumasi. Kumasi was soon obi sujina say, one no a party supporter. Na kwanya party ni faswa one me den erege election enunie. Hey, are you sure? Ti na sem o kan yo. Na he se wo unim no. Take a lesson to him.
Yeah, you are Babu Ashanti regional. See, I can't crop Ashanti region in trouble. Yeah, no man, I walk man. You Ashanti region. The count. Many aspects of Moka. Say the moon in account. But you need to move from NPP. And then I say, when this. Yeah, was a man at the moment. The Tomba power, a movie say a Jimmy for Yankara. You don't baby Sisuya. To me, I'm a 2 boys. I was a Fubisa. I was video, but you know, many animators. Quite fast for Echo Abagum. The election time will be your first to Abagum. No, anything. I have to declare yes. I said, because of my training. Yes, Edumano. Far boys in a train home, baby, I have a man. And I have money at the ban. The banner electoral commission now to one. I know my. Party nobody I didn't command that and send a blue. Then I did a cock to a Benugum tea. Ghana for more margin and Max Sano Manaso. To tell the answer of one manner, a saturated again, Mantem. No more witchery. Because you're Magum. Send it your Boba, it took over the Ruby. Yes, I do know when I'm MPP, I'm MPP about power, maybe 8 good years. That's my dear coming soon. I'm the third million animals beside the coming. Maybe them heard you more. See, I'm rock to my high street. No money to the letterhead, mammy said. Men from sponsorship, send you did you know hotel near the better. No call na Hong Kong Sauna machine engineer here. Send a sponsorship meet me behind it. Yes, I do my way now. Or mobile power new year or more female.
Now, MPP Moja say me saying. Minim say party no top down the hierarchy of the MPP must want to the same way. Now, Abrantin one Kasoa subsebe a bomb, and now one Kasoa a mipo bim quayibim, or 1 year interview. No, as my walk on ye. Mate, Mahu, Mojan is saying. So, Ghanaians, Mahu said, Mahu Quaya, party see MPP ni NDC no. NDC, MPP, the year can one day, NDC for the Babe And the Matekra said 9 constituencies now. Ye 2 banani na stalemate. And say so almost sign a electoral commission declares and sign cosubium. Men so no min teme ho asibi ni ade e koso e kokko koso no ni ade wo. Because me amete say me am senior lawyer Maliba no so church in same be more just a more how man you MPP ni more how man you well my from Mura the special edition we more yes my title the dark side of the Thanksgiving service. Yesterday was marked Thanksgiving Day or Service Day for the Republic of Ghana. Hallelujah. On Monday, I said and maintain, I, Kweku, don't endorse 1st July set aside for Thanksgiving. No. In other words, if we can give yet another facelift to this Thanksgiving service or Thanksgiving exercise, like a national cleanup exercise across all regions, all regional capitals, districts, communities, where Monday me kama some say me kweku amti he die some Thanksgiving service there me support to. Men support any say John Mahama na NDC phone to me nkodi o Thanksgiving. No. O metimi akoye. Nyese ye kan antene mo agya. There be. But I will tell you and I'm giving you my reasons. Say kamia make us a Thanksgiving way ehun hia. Emom yemfa ensi ho ma say enteye Republic Day na ye fa hodie bri. Mum yemfa ntena se enye ye hu ensiesie. And for 1st July, no, and find yet dear Ben, and who see Emma Yankasa as a people, as a nation, than Chebebwa. If we have to put a facelift, another facelift to it. Yeah. Me, Kwekuna, may advise John Mahama and as a special advisor. Make out and say, John Mahama. No. I'm not against Thanksgiving service, neither am I against the build up of what? Cathedral. But the Korea is saying, what happens? What became? Obi ako contested. Or say meba me wade we a meye ediamo nyankopon ediado nyankopon ase. O man obi anka ho. Wo na wo kokoye wade. E na wo say obedo nyankopon ase ho. Yes sir. So I can hazard a guess there. President John Dramani Mahama contesting in between somewhere. He sat in his closet and I said, Adia meyeni. And I wash us in warrior. Yes, Anna. Indeed, I cited the people of Rwanda, where Paul Kagame on Monday, I cited the people of Rwanda, where Paul Kagame has declared every Sunday of the week as a national cleanup day and physique. This is because he has put in premium on the human capacity. Example, in a nation where in the age brackets of 40, 50, 60, perhaps above, are rapidly dying on a record high, what would you do if you are the leader of the nation? You definitely have to apply something, wouldn't you? On Monday, me can say me say, show. Or maybe to say Rwanda. Maybe me call about 5 years now, I'm quite sure. Me nim dia sa woma sesa dia, but the time I me call no. Adia me di meni ko hu ni say, kwesi de biara no. President of Rwanda, Ayora Paul Kagame, will declare say kwesi de biara eye ahotwe eda. Eye ahotwe eda o. And a science so ye apomude ho eda. Enti one obiara bebia will be within how many provinces in Rwanda no obiara be sorry. Ye obiara prapra ni mpesua so afi ye science so exercise. Na metiade bia se wo ho kire se oman bi ti say na se nipa na ewo no from 40 above 50 60 brackets way wono mo wu enipa sa ewu a yes, what he has said, say nipa no mu no. Womo asoso ne edo omo chechire oman no, they are the human capacity of the nation. And it says nipa ewu dodo a, then something fundamentally may be wrong somewhere. So president na ye ne say e yo hye say say ni pay na no be sorry kwesi ada obi a yemfa apomiden ho kan say dwumedie bi nhihye so obi a tisi mountain aprapra yesiesie yempeswa so nem ni ade yiyi efi ni ade fifiri ho kama na makro no ma eden ate afi so as a so obi a so nam mountain so ho wo mo a ekomirika street to street wo mo wo kan say exercise center na mo friend example refie what I say gyms is it gym one more gym a mo ye exercise or honom ni ade bi su say anywhere or national park na wo mo believe say we e dey apomuden ahonden and the lifespan of the people no ebekwa animo dan say the whole week wonu mu didi a na omo dey abeto ho weekend no na ye nsanum ensanwie enamwie Sunday obi an sorry come on for your exercise ya me ko hu wo Rwanda no as part of Paul Kagame the policy driven for the people of Rwanda no man say enipa say wo mu takoso na o ma ye ni a enya de anipa bewu basabasa ya henzu check it check sa age bracket ya makai ye wu rough in the Republic of Ghana more Republic Day na mudi jina ho. Now okay. I can also cite an example of the US President Donald J. Trump, whose recent elections into government was heavily supported and backed by the evangelicals. But never ever I have heard him say he need a national day with evangelicals because he wants to make America great again. No. Indeed. America may yes way and ya Ghana ya fenunu. The whole world no be ya fenunu. When we see kind of create the kind of chromatra to say in God we trust, yet they differ from that inscription. Yeah. Ko check it says kanazu ube hu nieme bebre wo so a if I'm to take my time and give you interpretations of a new $1 and so ube dwane. But show Mamifa Trump in si ho. Trump ye nipa bia me ye see ye ko ne fenchim see ye kwa Trump ontimi win elections e wa America da say kanipa anonsem wa ye kekanam ne ade a Trump would not win elections for America memo. Yeah. Now so here ebra Trump ye na dwen say ebra Republicans ni ye say susu say dwen say Trump enomde ne bewura mu no. Ah? Eno na me kan US media no amma Donald Trump one I have ever me who be that in the whole of the American politics one president back on waba when you're the bad president the heaviest bad press yet ebra Trump here not doing so all co election no enipakua one almost sorry din the evangelicals check the records evangelicals no why them one more movie omuye Christopher. They believe in God, they trust in God, everything. The evangelicals gave him the backing, huge. But what is on evangelicals? We need a national day of what? Because yes, I want to make America great again. What it? We need bread. The world power, the world's most superpower, America. He's busy. He doesn't have time. Time na da man no. And for going to call evangelicals, he got no time. Ain't got time, folks. Because of the promise he had to her, I'm the people of America, including the global world. Or say I would make America great again. Quote and unquote. How? Yes, we cannot compare the construction of the cathedral to that of Thanksgiving service. No. However, my question, do we actually need to set aside this day for this exercise, or we can commission our district municipal assemblies to ensure what I call, again, the cleanup exercise project across streets, pavement, markets, etc., to ensure the country is properly clean, rather than a government would come to power and would have to embark on that exercise with the taxpayers' money. Which one do you want? Which of this do we want? Nti yentimi mfa even the Republic Day ni nsi ho se dabio moma yemfrefre municipal district assemblies because ye critic say nyumaku ina sisiwa they are drawing budget from government, from the central government, and yet we don't see anything. Municipal assembly for a year. Say do mpeswa so ko check it. Ekwanya wo fie mpeswa so honya any street nyane within mpeswa so etutu. When was the last time the district or municipal assembly in Baos on Bay Quino? Womeduma is saying, yeah, no more. Nothing. IGF no generating minima de omode. Enti, ye bet me translate as on my designing another blueprint to say, no. And that way ye found Kasia. Ghana again is our republic. Therefore, Mumian Fanya be being swa and also ebeye national in character or enyeduma. Enti municipal assembly for be supervisor all over the country. Yanko edwom yemprapra dwom ho. Yanko emonten so ye street ni so yemprapra street ni so. Yanko pavement no. Sa pavement no. Mudiama street pockets no. Emo mote wo omoye de omoye no. Yanko ne yanko prapra ni na so. Eranum tenye yi. Eno we evaluate eno to that of say, you allow the pavement to be occupied by hawkers, to dirty the place to the extent say, one more say you fee, including even Nani, the central district, the central Accra, she said ya economy aye fee, the central business district aye fee, Paul and ye Edianini. Yes, most our politicians, NDC and MPP, you don't know. We need to say, sweet God. No more said you couldn't mind your fee, name bon, yaria. After Crony say, I feel NDC by no. When we near Bresse, young conco to Sankro for no sosa, yen the yampa move. But the American say, into yet the year a national assignment, as our assignment, and say a fee as I say a buying power no bar or best spending ye sika and exercise nemo mumema ye be ya die bia sade no e be kai ho na be ye su na be ye buying so government will not have to spend money again to go and do that exercise. Say na wo hode da e ba ne sen de bia me kan obi sikwaku you are right o under the fourth republican constitution mo president ama be na bie ni kwa me wo gidi wonimu. I'm telling you guys, under the Fourth Republic, and no may more send more. And the Thanksgiving, yam from where prepare. Yen see where. Yam prepare fear, yam prepare may more. Anna, what the fear, I want the whole Ghana at the crochet nipa bakonsa. And yes, sorry. Yes, see it to say nipa neka. And then make us say nipa no why ye say tam yet the whole regional capitals and districts and communities are oh eh na said yes so opera as far as Zoom Lion here concerned. When to me ye adwuma no. And so here why ye say tam nipa baako na ni ye na why no ni nara no so no the same politicians NPP NDC muji sika no ho wia na mo de aberane campaign mo ba na ma say den with the contract na to so so Ghanaians me be say we evaluate the brains of your politicians and their way of life and how they are handling the country and the kwanya wo mu si say ebre na ebre su ni ho ma wo. Wow. I will not compare Cathedral to Thanksgiving. But boats exercise we mienu minim mfaso ebenya wo ho. After Thanksgiving there, well, minim say the oman sika na yede koye yo say nya nia minim o. But the National Cathedral na dey si ho. And also yet ye ba bi nka bi nhemu yi bi mfiri mu. The tia ne say owura kwaku ado se me ba me bede ejanase. Wo ba bede ejanase ase. Bede ejanase wo kwan so a wa wo du botom sika be de obe. Yehu ya ne se wo kutu amuna donko wapam nipa egu sampe so aso ho nyina. Wobubu dan bebre, wasai nyema bebre cost oman several billions and billions of Ghana cedis. No so dachi biara. The same Ghana for ye tie baby a. Wo musum hwan so musum hwan European na bem se yenkonkosi cathedral sans yi nye kwakoya ohoye aso dem o yi nye be ko hakoye edu ye kosom nyankopon. Maka cho se mpese me ko cathedral because ma nyankopon bi wo. You see, fundamentally, when you speak like this, the most weak minds, the weakest links now, no, do you can say, oh, akwe, where bonzam, one sum nyame, one pen nyame, sana motie. But you see, ask yourself, how many times have you not speak like this? Now, okay, say we in faso na unyae. Mak clap him on say. Abumwa 1 million times 365 days. Listen, ma bomu say ya 365 days rotational. It goes and come like this. You think it's not enough? Munna nyamiase papa biaye. Oh, well, I think that it's a special thing of our presidents. Nze, my hubi, ewo atamels dear. Atamels, adebia and whom assembly making. Because I quite remember say Atamels time, you declare national cleanup exercise. And a good one. Rollins but Rollins you see you be no so per se or may every time yempra promemi. I quite remember I saw Rollins descended in a gutter. Rollins he got him. Yes, we didn't feed that. The rest na mobile na gentle of what. Kusi diamond yankopon, kusi temple, kusi caricature, kwese ne mo de omen sika aye de mo pe. Ye nyamfa so bia o mo. Asofo no so eba ho no about saying about 90% they are kromfo, they are bunch of thieves and criminals. They know themselves. And I mean who be o. I don't want to be provoked to show their pictures. They say bunch of them about they are bunch of thieves and criminals. They are not Christ-like. Me na me catch them. I don't care who you are. Also for to hell with you. Me say, me the first American say, I've told President Mahama say, exercise way. Apart from what John Mahama is doing, beautiful, me endorse it. But me say, sa interactions no ne Ghana so funny be here no. The story will be told in a very fine day, and I will help them to tell that story. Because I know so-called men of God are more Ghana. Minim dudu na pi dodo. No mu nye nipa. When Yankopon din na da omususu keke. But there are times later what? Setbacks, roadblocks, and what? Evil. But you know the sad part? Even among themselves, as often among themselves, oh, they are the enemies of themselves. However, said they are preaching the gospel. And they are telling you who Christ is, but among them, Nankasano. Among them. Omuko John, Omuye BBC, Omu, Ma Inshrebiaba, or mine is Inshrabe. Baby, I got a dream. Now, myself on Omunto. Now, try as a Ghanaian, take me away. As a Ghanaian, one cast of trust, and I said, baby, Omanya Druya, Bonini, Timode, and a penny Rihanna Joe, and someone here across way. Namu means here a secular state whereby about saying 60 or 70% in Nipe women a Christ of way and Umbonye. Thanksgiving. Some of the yard DB a bear and also be what national in character kweku enya bad. Because for me, what I do know is one, the spirit of the nation and Kasana is driven on what? On the hills of what? Christianity, because yani a Dawson. Two, kwesiade the same kwechire Monday kosi the kwesiada no this 7 days we nipa de ti aso dem asofo na biebie omo dan se tete ho se nipa mra enti on one hand they didn't cry across that. So what else? Because we hear more. Thanksgiving was when? Tuesday. Between Tuesday and Sunday, it will be 48 hours. And the Ghanaians, thousands of Ghanaians, were in their various chapels, cathedrals, synagogues, and what have you, our mobile empire. And now when you be shame ne nwanwa eye ne sen soronko a woman is saying so enti yama ye pavement ni so nyara no man ni mu bon na ye fi na mode tax force e ko chesi nipa etu nipa free kwan ni so no amampani am wo man mu NDC ni MPP enti mo ye policy bi ena ye yes enti am wa yana. Well, politicians of our nation have ostensibly gambled with the cleanliness of this nation for far too long. And still, they aren't through with us. They aren't through with us yet. This is shocking indeed. And yet, they go to churches to ask for God's favor and blessings. What means the politicians on women, NDC and MPP, Modi or main ahotwe Omen yahoto yo. Any said ye bedi ye huni. Modi aye politics for far too long. Ne krepa na meka kire mo no. I'm telling you guys, modi aye politics for far too long. Kire say. Hwe. Some people na wo power. Wonu me good pavement ni so no. He, wo mu nkaso mo ho da. Wo mbe jaw mo ma ye fia asay o manim. The only time wo mbe ba mo so no, wo ma wini power yankopa mo mfiri ho. Sa NDC ban so the same. Enye gambo na mode oman ahotewe mode ye na onyankopon so aka wona sem so o say cleanliness to a next to godliness enipa bi a wo ye wo hotie no wonyame wo ben oman bi a wo hote no nyame oma na abofo edi efuri ehurusan ehurisi e wo oman nim e mo ye so say Ghana angels bi sa ne dia na pe wi ane anadwo. I doubt it. Politicians of our nation, NPP, NDC, with speed and alacrity, prowess, they have destroyed Ghana's water bodies and forest reserves. And this is what God's unique creation for mankind. Yet, they are destroying this creation with no fear. And still, they are bold enough to tell God, we want you to help us build what? Temples and many other. There may be new. Somehow. It is one facade thing. Say, Nyankopon abode kra wo boy to say, wo bonua kwaye ensuo. In Genesis 1 there he said, for I have created all this and I have given man power to have what? Domineering over the things of the earth. He did not say some. Ensuo kwaye emepo ni na Nyankopon abode. Eden ye eden kwa mayama bi so na kwa hede omoye oho so ye de tu amanyo ko isi no wenum ba na ase kakra wenum so ba no mo se yenso ye ase ne kakra on se na anom yi hanabisi de kire mo obon hu modern na amanfo person be set confusion man. Why are we like this, Ghanaians? Aden yentimi nye bibia me entimi reflect national in character na mwa yankasa. Because they are some can say, I to say, yeah, your man Obi, Obi there. The Togolese are there, the Burkinabes are there, the Malaysians, the Singapores, Obi and developing a nation is like what? Training a child from day one of born until he or she grows. First, you must culture the child with rules, laws, practices, norms. Or maybe eni ohun omai bi ye chechire ne te said ya wo tete abofra ye wo abofra no a ye de emra sha abofra no nsa afi ye kire no we ye nye ne say we ye ne say wo de emra na wo tete no na wo de nye bi so ebetimi nye say esuro but what the bonatrase. Now, but friend is young man kakra sa tell say nimpeni yum sa no ma ye chechre. Now baby say Ghana mo mra no a ye say mra no bebo yankase ho ban ye ma wo Ghana ye batan ye ma. So which laws being any diama the Ghanaian to follow and obey rather than disobedience and disobeying our fundamental laws and phobia. Madam folks, a nation where her leaders are all heavily divided on political path, and they have set aside political acrimony, divisiveness, roadblocks, setbacks, evil path, and wickedness of men. The question is, MPP, NDC, Obie Kutani different ideologicals, is there not? So the question remains. You could on national Thanksgiving, yet Yakumum no Obia kunsum pa pemu wetimi wakame wayemi say and all of that. And the scriptures na mo kind catch them say all of this or say na wonamwa wo musuno mo ban eye kunsum wetimi wakame wayemi say efeudifo asasafo ensanonfo asasabrafo hwan you will not inherit the kingdom. And so no na mo te ho. MPP and this no mo to that same grounds. With heavily divided political lines. But I heard one man of God saying, yes, the nation need a blueprint of national character. How many days, weeks, months, years have we not? Say this. Dabeni ebefa. Okay, and you're not, and Jamufa 1st July, and you say, MPP in this moment chance and I'm on set the blueprint here in Shadia. Folks, but I may end by saying, here. One special purpose vehicle we could mean you be they corrupted the mindset of these black people, these people of color. Was also Christianity. Yeah. And this year best celebrity your public day no, I guess yes you change it. And just a religious stuff. No. Not sorry. And to mumi and share the forefront. Because religion abroad in the crowd and say all the religious edifices, including the cathedrals and whatnot in Europe, more turning into what? Into drinking bars and other stuff. You think I'm lying? Folks, it's the most sad thing. The state of religion, like Karl Marx once said, is the opium of the masses. Take a listen to this.
Due to a drastic decline in both 100 Scottish churches are up for sale as the UK turns away from Christianity. The Church of Scotland is parting with a century of history. Selling off these iconic buildings due to a drastic decline in both worshippers and ministers. Shockingly, a 2022 survey showed that less than half of Britons believed in God, in a sharp drop from 3/4 in 1981. The UK now ranks among the least religious nations in the world. In a striking contrast, critics say that the British who built the first church in Nigeria and established Christianity in their colonies have now seemingly abandoned the faith, leaving it to thrive in places like Nigeria. Today, Nigerian churches are not just surviving, they are thriving. However, this passion does sometimes lead to extreme devotion, with individuals refusing medical help or even skipping work for religious reasons. In an even intriguing disparity, Scotland's historic churches are being sold off, while other churches are packed with religion deeply influencing daily lives. With the proposed sale of 100 churches, will Christianity continue to be a practiced religion in the UK?
Great, folks. Welcome back. Now, I have to go for a short break. My guest, Honorable Phyllis Na Koyo Okuno, joins me. The final parts of all of these issues to do with Hospital and Kasoa under her constituency, I guess. Folks, I'll be right back. Great folks, welcome back to the Frontline show, Ghana Speaks Extension. Tonight, Bidimu Remo extension. We want to, of course, as we end the expose, we've tried to call the mother of the constituency where maybe a hospital ni emun somewhere Kasoa na swati did that. Of course, my bone di rabo. Emre Makachum say all questions be a febra o via mama me no wa. Obi ni semni na anu ama ma AC etie, and of course hospital no hun sem so obehwe ehwo asem ye bibisa no 1 or 2 bi ene anamotua obetu. My guest tonight, honorable member for Ewutu Senior East constituency, Phyllis Na Koyo Okuno. I guess I got it right?
Yeah, you did. You tried.
Yeah, I tried.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I tried. Yes, on one so yeah. Our committee of gender, children, all of that, energy, all 3 committees on Wabeka. Mbezeme bona power naman on Wabeka kanina. Now, welcome to my show.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been nice being here as well.
And it's been tough time, Pa. We'll make it to the studio because Parliament's got more point in check, correct?
Ampa.
Yes. What to say? God, this is the Frontline show. Hi, Jawa Habao. Anyway.
Yeah, the fire service by.
Good one. Now, Parliament, is it your first time at Wawa Parliament? And I said, you've been to Parliament your second or third time?
No, this is my first time. Yes.
How is Parliament business like?
It's tough. It's a learning process, and I think with time we'll get there. Yes, there are a lot of things that I am learning. As a wako school for
yeah.
We are not just learning near year. I was saying maybe a while to me picking up now. Now you are also learning the environments that you find yourself. It's the learning process, no adoption. But I think gradually we are getting there.
I see. Then they push you, say, I really want to go to Parliament. Quite apart from there, you're a learned person. But then also no chinchina. I really want to go to Parliament.
Okay, so Mr. T, Parliament politics way back from school.
Okay.
Miobia Mempekasa. Yes, I'm very quiet and reserved.
How cool politics?
Yes. Also, there's this perception, say, oh, you're a politician now, Kasoa. I am the opposite of that perception, but I am someone me per se. Bibi wa I was say that thing can be done. Now, as somebody be a mechanic say, obia I want leadership skills, obia I want leadership qualities. Any day we are in Yama. Maybe now our leadership quality would be different from mine. Maybe your ideologies would be different from mine. But maybe me here and a beb wow. Ama ni awons wo hwehwe no wenya. So I think politics there me remu because me person me so me to me boa in a certain way. Matna Kasoa chair for not less than 25 years. Yes, me say na Kasoa na mete. Be kwa me secondary school me bibia Kasoa na mete. It's minim nyama akoso Kasoa, meaning the growth of Kasoa bibia na ewo any people so a ebeju year 2016. Yeah, Papa, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama time now or yeah president. Baby a Kasoa every year beju year. Those days me war school of journalism. Me free school na me go fia. I closed from lectures at 9 p.m. Me drew here 3 a.m. Because of traffic. Yeah, Papa, in his own wisdom, who say I was say ye be quite. It was around that time. That was 2007 nimo. And ye be a quine more. Yeah, dual carriage. Yeah. Then later, 2014, 2016, yeah, be a flyover and so ewa Kasoa. Now, aside the flyover, no yenya other 2 overheads. Abako ewa Galilea, abako so ewa Crispo City. And it say yeah. Your friend say, "Oh, call yenya no side." You don't need to drive all the way to Kasoa. Maybe you see Galilee and then cross to the other side.
Oh, okay.
Go through Iron City to Kasoa. The same way, Uko Ope Kumana Uko Sepia. You don't need to go through Kasoa. It will be all the way. I say Uko Winiba. Then use the Crispo City. Now, sa congestion normally never Kasoa no. So it's Osha Kasoa. I would say that Kasoa has been static for some time. Bibiana, the growth of Kasoa, because Osha, it is one of the fastest growing your friends say cities in West Africa. Na nipa and work Kasoa no edosu ye. The population is always going up because it obie to a rural urban, obie to free any other place. The first place of settlement is Kasoa. Kasoa so nye Kasoa no ehone so. It's a nipa ewo hopa na bebia nipa ewo hoba no. There is always a need for development. Sure. Now, I think there hasn't been any development for some time.
Really?
Yes.
So, now give me 1, 2, perhaps 3 of some of the challenges militating against your constituency ever since we take a leadership role.
Okay. So one of the challenges, let's say, because Kasoa is certain facilities I was saying Kasoa no here baby Kasoa edri and the size of the population and in Yaman Kakra ewo hono eka I was say you true municipal level but your friends say you drew that stage as at now you can't even hospitals say obi yare na say cholera eba central region Winiba Swedro then Obia area the Debakaswa. Yes. Na
from Swedro all the
Bakaswa. Na Kaswa ya population hospital there were on the and Obia de need Ebakaswa. But looking at the population at Ewakaswa, in Kawase one of the if it's a teaching hospital because youth need also work Kaswa. And ye na ye say so youth no and a your mind or youth now so na ebu mind no. So with this no, me no can say the secondary school ya ba kope. E block na ya papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama see you know. That's the only secondary school ye work Kasoa mine. It is a young kwala no, and we have more than 2,000 to 5,000 private schools are basic schools. It's young kwala ni we are secondary school no. And yet we can just have a few number of them attending secondary school na and we also have people from outside the constituency also base school secondary school no work but they say no secondary school and what's next? We don't have a tertiary institution then secondary school krana ya papa sima yani krana ayama. They say additional school classroom blocks. There is no hostel facility. Or say papa will see in the day school.
Yeah.
It is to say because of the grade numbers. Now say boarding facility ma young kwala so because we bring now FHA. Now go for no FHA no. They are depending on some hostel facilities within the area. Not say hostel so there. Also the way I'll be monitoring kwala because there is no parental control with the hostels. It's all these things are consents are a work house. Then also is your home. What's wager dam no? Yeah. The idea and mindset the creative wager dam no was the population of the people who live beyond or Malam Junction, Sa Wini, but say population akosro. Kasoa population in Pono, and to me na ya the wager ne or ni Wini Babeka home. It's a more pressure say pump no 2 centimeters and 2 mm. Say you know almost be 2 mm na maybe a bedroom toe boots. Enju Kasoa, enju aman from. It's a man issue was some dempa Kasoa and beyond. And then say they are shutting down the plant for some maintenance work.
I think the western part of Accra.
Yes, and I am advocating say you be piemu na ye to me atop pipes akese na say ne betumi carry water no e baby we bedru Kasoa e be bedru any but then the neighboring environment na sika per my little research any estimator mema consultants mame sika kra ye be here just for that expansion work na be about $60 billion. Yes.
Billion.
Yes.
Did you say million?
Million. $60 million.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I be to me guys ebi wo mu pa ama ya tete we jane ho ya tete malam ye ko winiba Kasoa mu ina no yenso ye benya ensure running at all times. Aside that so we will say baby population is also panel. We have issues of sanitation. Into yes, sanitation is so a bit of a challenge. Ye need dumping sites cra. I will say
dumping site for refuge.
No, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm not for sending message visa. Effect.
Yes, ye need be crowd Nancy and I may share some investors be almost some innovations be by a percent yet testing say is it doable and how long is going to last? They be able to me. I try and actually say to me, juma for a long term and a short term. We are working on all that. Say, The other issue is to say the unemployment now a workers one very very high. Earlier, make I say in Bebrum no a dos workers now in Bebrum no dos no in juma sem. Issue pa
problem
Kasoa also make I say it's been static for Kasoa has been messed for the past 12 years and for the past 12 years we will not take a year or two to fix issues of a gradual process. It's in the process of fixing Kasoa, and in fixing Kasoa you need to fix the mindset of the people there, because even when you are beginning to say to change people's mind and perception about something that is very difficult. We are on it. What we plan to do, I say we because I'm talking for government and I'm talking for the good people of Ewutu, all the stakeholders in the constituency. Say the factories. A battery factory, Kasoa. Na ama aye very busy. Kasoa is already a very busy place, yes. But the factories nearby, it brings Kasoa to another level. And exactly. Na revenue so because all these companies are banning on be tax. Na sa tax ne sikana ye bejije no and na ye betumi aboane so ye dia supplement government projects are ebeba. It is a government maybe 30-kilometer road. You say we are getting some revenue from somewhere. Say government say 30 ya. You bet to me so 30 biom 60 kilometer. Say government AC let's say 300 bed hospital facility. We can say we have some revenue and now you bet to me at the instead of 300 no so you fee being kaho you see 500. Say you see school block now the nipa na wo they need to survive. At the end of the day, say, not even your salary is 1,000 cedis. Transportation, a big salary in our answer. But say, when you juma Kasoa, at least you'll be able to save maybe half of your money or even 70% of your salary because transportation within the Kasoa environment is the and now baby so baby and places are over drive here and so we grow so baby so it makes movements very easy for people living in and around the constituency. It's some of our challenges here and we are working tirelessly to achieve that, not for obi personal gain and abibi but for the good people of Ewutu Senior East constituency. Na ejuma na ye so enye menkwa na meye. I believe in consultations a lot. I believe in speaking with opinion leaders, bringing them on board, bringing their ideas on board. Into many for all the stakeholders involved, a police for and the business organization. Yes, I do it to see how we can change the face of Kasoa and rebrand Kasoa.
Great. I love the last one, a rebrand Kasoa. Of course. Platform where you pledge and support my papa. Say Kasoa no bit me my Kasoa facelift. Yes, very because myself I have a property there. I work Kasoa into a here some Who can say, but this message, let me read. I'll say, hello, Kwekwanem. Kasoa's filthy state, particularly the highway linking the central regional capital, Cape Coast, to Accra, is an embarrassment. With Madam MP on your show tonight, I demand answers. What is her plan to restore our town's dignity? I propose a task force comprising volunteers to enforce anti-littering laws with offenders facing cleanup duties. This would drive home the message. Please, let's respect our environment, respect our community. Let's see tangible actions, not just words. Echo Thomas, watching from Tema Community 4.
It's Echo Thomas. You're watching from Tema Community 4. I'm sure, say, you have a girlfriend in Kasoa.
Perhaps though.
Exactly, because the way you are passionate about Kasoa, and I would love to meet you one of these days. But what he hasn't seen is maybe his girlfriend or his relative that lives in Kasoa hasn't told him that there's been a drastic change in the sanitation issue in Kasoa. I think before the MC took over, now Kasoa Yefimpa and Kasoa, the field in Kasoa has been there before we even took over power. Now recently, what we initiated was the task force. Research say in Kwafo Eswa or Mobola if you mufie no ahomachi 2 o'clock omudia begu the central business districts our Kasoa. Quite now say call Winneba Cape Coast into or parking the ball and now will fee about 12 between 12 and 2 and even 3 a.m. Not the ball and now be guso. It's in Kwafo no proper chrome no. Omo be see ball and no more pepeni na by 5 o'clock by 5:30. Obeko hono the ball and aba. But one thing that me who say ama improvements aba hono say we set up a task force and the inauguration of those.
And you're being saluted.
Yes, and the inauguration of those task force. Now task force no omo edwuma say omo be check it. In conform the baller, any police for net nase, and my new can say this is what is happening. It's the inauguration of the task force, and then year passing out. They have gone through police training at their day. Inauguration. We told them the modus operandi of the operations. We were able to arrest 13 people.
13.
Yes.
How? Really?
Yes, Emma, you do court a fine.
When you say a branch or the message by Nyansa na wode man.
Yes.
I see.
Che nipa Emma or you do court my fine you am into since then no. Ama bola eba krom no. Ayero amemo eswetwa.
Really?
Then also the other thing say one say Nancy decongestion exercise kakra in go form mo chon ade ewo kwan ne mo no because it got to a time say we pedestrian now o pese o nante kwan ho na it's even difficult to say not nipa any car pre the road I brought pavements about pavements now that it's a bit of decongestion. A bit of decongestion exercise now. Decongestion exercise will say, a fiend baby I would say baby the little environment or the little cycle that you find yourself you won't say also a percentage of the weight now a core kwani for now you're trying to quine muno. It's at the end of the day, or tone Jenny, we are Jenny and one anani aprono. Now we just see her. Near Gadana, more around sage and more in our prono. By you almost a call payments nichino. Ama bola and someone when we say the sanitation issue, no, I call from drastically.
Good. My main first question we ma nafi yemra straight in because I'm the way our reactions never now. We have to do a whole full program with you. The reason is because of Kasoa said here, densely populated. Quick, take this question as far as security in Kasoa is concerned. The brief is a Kasoa be the hub for criminals, Akronvone criminals and all of that. We also good evening, please. I'm Elvis Tete from Kasoa Ofanko. Please ask my MP, the government schools in Ofanko, when are they going to expand it because the student sites sit in 3 and 4 in a chair in one classroom in secondary with demand on boreholes, no water, please. Honorable MP, do something about this, especially the schools.
Okay, so or can't say government schools, sir. I don't know, say or can basic and not secondary, because the only secondary school are Bekan Wasam, so and also Walfango. So what I have reiterated said they have issues with their accommodation, their boarding facility. There is no boarding facility because that school was purposely built for, say, a day school. Then also even there's certain capacity. Once the numbers show. So I have already mentioned that. You see, I cannot really put an idea to say whether he's talking about the secondary school or the secondary. That say. So we are planning say a boarding facility. Now you're saying additional classroom blocks. Ama yankwala na yetumi enya more so na ye wo honso omaye comfortable our classroom we etumi ehia.
Great. Security on our Kasoa is saying.
Security, sir, to be very candid, only Obia Kasa, especially, I'm not a security expert, but a security for a Kasoa, a police commander, or Obia Bekacha say, within this 6 months, no, Kasoa has been relatively very calm.
Really?
Very. Sometimes a tina prana at the asamaba, but I am very, 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 very calm. And also, say BBC.
Would you attribute that to a change of government?
Oh, change of government, count. So it's not because say tina prana at the asamaba. It's Nina. All these things comes to play. It's a factor. Say in society, ebeba. Now also no. You may be to me, sivo obom domiabra.
Okay.
Esia, ye media for now, because I'm also a media person.
I know.
Yes, it's a story another reportage now. Rebecca say, oh, Kasoa say, Obekwa Shemuna obom domiabra. Say a West more cry, almost say Kasoa. A Bujumbura Kasoa. Really background Rebecca. Exactly. It is Sanya Mani Nina Kaya rebranding. So we let the public know our boundaries. Yes. You will say Kasoa if we have echo hasi, it is a adene beyond and now before and now adjacent and ya Kasoa.
That's right.
Kasoa, you would love even a humache 3 a.m. Come to Kasoa. As on Namusu. Kasoa Omona. A business district. Omonda. And you are free, say, obey your business, our Kasoa, without fear or intimidation.
Good one. Now, quick one. How did you hear this mother and child saga? First of all, is the hospital in our constituency?
Oh, hospital in our constituency. It's not even too far from my house.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's from Wasem? How did you hear it?
I chanced on, I think, your reportage online. And I decided to follow until make sure an excerpt of it. And because so let me contact her because I wanted more information from reports now. You know. Then strangely, also I think 2 or 3 people also got into my inbox telling me about something that was happening in Kasoa. And the guy be arrested and all that. So I decided to just keep my cool. I told you I had traveled for some time. It's just to follow. So I was just following up on the links you were sending me. There be the municipal.
Okay.
Dr. Stanley Benina Kasa. Emma Missane accepting in video some of the videos to him. Was it about Parliament, about my whole Parliament? Emma, we had a very lengthy discussion. Emma, assure me say, obedient. Assembly.
Good.
He's going to help in the investigations now. Wabwa now washenia really air possible. Then whatever it is, he's going to give me a report by Friday. You know, now then we can pick it up from there.
Guys, the Frontline gets results. Of course, I told you guys. Mami Obaha Obabeka there won't be say yes. There's a results coming. Of course, it's fast taking, isn't it? Because now. Asemo edapno so measure so what be pa and ohwe ni ema ekwa wo so 3 things fundamental in ekwa so pregnant woman na either so no bewu ana so no be survive na akola na ewu or both. Very harrowing. And I think that, as I say, health officials, stakeholders, especially Papa, what can I say? But Central Regional Health Directorate, Mrs. Nyaku, or contacted platform. Also, who Naka Neyu.
Exactly.
The honor phrase, Dr. Nyaku, or say, my doctor and I also we now can into an investigative independent committee on years investigation. Offer say but we decline. Reason is because the whistleblower now me and any year do something now court no sign friend or more release a brantian. So the also investigation is so Kasoa. And Papa ya reference say I believe that any abo minister so amanya. Ministers we near off.
Minister Kra frame me eka ehwasem.
Oh, okay.
You see, Minister Kra aware say enemete hasia we have discussed it. The minister has an interest in the story and has also an interest in Kasoa.
Good.
And see one also ebedi echi.
Good one.
Ama ya hwe se bibia ayekama.
Great. Now before you be you know, kabibi che umpeso so for as far as because about time pressure on the atoms so power. Sekweku mampini fonye bibia esa hospital a bear ghost house. Woman ko. But yes, a person mutimi exercise hospital no mo ko. Say na okay, swedroni na rely on Kasoa. In the one way na nye dwuma ye be hard pa. E bi no proposes that we should ban because almost negligence and recklessness is coming on the heels of what? Mobile phones, nurses phone use no mon tino mo nye dwuma ye ni ade. I don't know what you think you can convince your constituency people as far as for them to have faith and the courage to say hospital will tend to its normalcy.
Next week, no. Meko Hospital, Mene Director Kasa.
Okay.
So he's here to give me a date which is suitable. It's next week, Meko na Mene workers no. Akunya in Kasache as a discussion.
Sure.
Discussion there. We pick it up from there. Then we need to identify what the issue is, what their problems are. Then we can know how to handle or solve it. So I want to meet them, have first-hand information from there. Then from there, their conversation or their grievances, you can pick one or two things, even aside the investigations now. So being as an MP, minister, so for investigators almost 1 more year hospital in
wow.
But also you have to I will say in so the chance almost so respond and kasa. Then we can compare the stories now then we pick it up from there. But I think say negligence per se in the health sector no something Ghana in other countries no say lawyer now you are doing health law it's a lot of money but Ghana no nipa na oko hospital na bibi atrono no you see sometimes in that devastating mood no you cannot even know say was it negligence or was it a natural cause. It's the conflicting part of it is what is worrying us, and I think to say lack of technical know-how in show it's negligence in hospitals now it happens a lot. I've heard of instances in other hospitals, not in Kasoa, but in other hospitals you see sometimes the way now is like a flat hot iron na ashen a nine na all a lot of things happen. Sometimes people can better now Obiakoye said girls are now cutting wound normal stitching and all that. I've heard of so many things like that, but you see the issue is, are we bold enough to confront the hospital or take legal actions against some of these hospitals? Say hospital, if not for this the person would have been alive. Sometimes we are not any major thing or not a droby, maybe not a allergy. You could have even asked the patients, they say, what are you allergic to? So and now we're checking the panel health history. Now what check it, but you know they don't do all this. Me hospital and me call you baby sao they be a regular patients for our hospital, but they be all doctor and be say bisao. Do you have are you hypertensive? Do you have this? Do you have this? Let me say based on my record, I say no. Your record was maybe 2 months ago. Something might have happened within so we have to find out again. So I think these are some of the things that some of our health facilities are taking for granted. And now Omode Young Kwai like they put us at risk. So I think it is high time we as individuals too will be able to be bold enough to question some of these things. Me before I go to the hospital, my research on my phone. So yes, it's all called Dr. Kasana. You should be able to interact with your doctor. Make I say me nyema me call hospital. Me kono na me bisa nyeye mi na no na. I'll go online now. It's you tell me do Dr. Baby Sam said, what did online say? Because when him said, or can make say, but when I read that this and this and this, it's a Baby Sam said, what did the online say? I say, you people, you know book too much every day. You have read something. But that is the point. If you don't ask questions, you will not get that needed way. I will say winya. So we are visiting health facility. You need to be able to ask questions about what is wrong with you. You need to be able to ask questions about what you are going through. Even sometimes it shouldn't even be health related. Maybe it could be psychological and physical, but it can't be related to near area or no. Maybe sometimes I want to make that crowd now. And yet, when you be beyond your health. Maybe want to mean that maybe you have an underlying factor you don't know. But I'll hospital you think say want to mean that because you hear me our phone. Because your phone it is not about the phone. The doctor will not tell you to put your phone off, but the doctor can find an underlying factor. Say maybe you are suffering from this, or you should do this, or eat this kind of food, or drink water, or do this, so that you'll be able to sleep early. All these things, no. I would say as individuals, health personnel we should be free. We are going there. We are paying for their services. It was now you to me bisa questions. No matter who, it's not about class. It's not about which hospital, which clinic. I believe the health professionals, the nurses, the midwives, the doctors, health assistants, they've been trained to communicate our problems. Into normal kasa. When you ask them questions, they'll be able to give you answers.
Good one, folks. Time. It's not really our best friend, folks. Phyllis na koyo kuno medinisi but yebeye arrangement na ya sign the number. Kasoa na Kasano is a densely populated. Ubia wasem not necessarily because you live in Kasoa, but Ubia wasem kanwa Kasoa kuno meaning say you. But I think the Kasoa also gained that notoriety because of what Akromfo Kasoa splashed on the news market. Now my Kasoa asset aye hu bisa but many na besan aye arrangement na fi the number because message go on dozens minti kind enti e be arrangement na fi mon 70 na na waba aba bi ni na no. I really want to help that constituency grow and enti e be partner constituency as far as nedwuma e concern na Kasoa let me the Indian facelift. As she says, Kasoa must be rebranded. Rebranding is very important. I did it for a long time. I believe that you better and I feel so. Hospital, mother and child. Monso amokohwa musro ni ade cause harrowing reporter yansa akekano na entwe and the crowd yamfa the rest na ye amba. You better died but the year ni jesem say yeah mami so ameyati as say help is underway. Me catch them say minister Ensa dim member of parliament onoti means yes and to on my but all dream showing concern says a so ba no be hye cry normal mu say what gbibia to Mr. Hospital na ye bed in Yebema Hospital the face lifter etc. I believe that ubia no munya abotre na yemfa the rest nya no yemfengu ne yenhwe dia o me ye be follow all until say committee report to dey on ina no ebe pie